Okay, welcome back everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm doing a bunch of smaller videos today, shorter ones, just because I'm just breaking them up by the topic, and maybe I should do that more often. I mean, some of my projects, granted, take 3 hours or longer each, especially if I do posters or anything like that. But maybe if I'm just showing one specific thing, if I break them up rather than lumping them all together in one rabbit trail, that's kind of hard to do, but we'll try. We'll try to. But anyway, somebody else asked me, and I'll pull this over here. Somebody else asked me about, let me take this off here, about my idea inspiration notebooks. All right, let me kind of get this, because I'm working in this one, so it's a little messy here. I got some of my Blondie stuff here. So I'm going to use some of my Blondie acetates, and I got my Johnny Depp page to color here from Janet, and some other things here. But let me just move this off for a second and stack it. Well, I don't have a stacking place. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll put this up here. All right, so I'm not going to do a full-on show on this, but somebody asked me about, are you still working in your idea inspiration 3-ring binders? And yes, I do, but here's the thing of how I work in them. Because I'm busy doing so many other things, I don't really need any new ideas right now. But anytime I get a new idea, I'll write it down, and I'll either rewrite it in the book or just stick the Post-it note right in. I just redid this one. As a matter of fact, I kind of started it on January 1st for the new year. And I've got a question. I'll give you a tip on that after a while, Jean. I'll give you a tip on that after a while. So anyway, so I use these 3-ring binders for ideas and inspiration. The one, and I have 3 of them right now. So I have one. I ran out of 3-ring binders, and these binders, I love these binders from Staples. I put my own little thing in there. I love these binders from Staples, but they're like 12 bucks each. They're vinyl. They're real sturdy. I like the way they look. They come in multiple colors. I have a turquoise one, a white one, and probably some other ones around here too. But I just didn't want to spend another $12 just to store all these ideas from the other one. So I just took them out of the binder and put some rubber bands around it. So this is like a finished idea notebook. Then I have the one that I showed. Well, it's a kind of a combination because I kind of redid all 3. Then I have another one this size that I showed before on the show that I showed how I did it. And that one's over there. And then this is a new one. So just to kind of do a quick little talk about this, I don't know if I want to make this its own video or if it's just enough to... Yeah. Vicky said, oh, Dede's going to help Jean with a technical issue. What is happening with the world? Because Jean's usually the tech one we go to. Music scrap, Jean. Okay. So what I'm doing with this one, there's nothing written in this one yet. I'm still working on it. I still have my stacks of stuff that I've got going on here and here that I'm going to incorporate in this, but I stopped to do some streaming. So, but I will show you what I'm going to put in it. So let me just show you how I have it so far. I love these like flow, cardstock flows and the Flow magazine. I added my little pencils in her hair. I'll make them my own. And then I have all these different bookmarks that I get at the High Museum of all the characters, and I'll show you the ones I have in the back. So maybe I'll just make this a quick 10-minute here video. And then I just put there's just some cards, my little reinforcers, because the pages, will come, if you're using it a lot, you're going to need reinforcements. But I just like my Frida, so I just put my Frida right here. This is one of the cards from the Project Live, don't quit your daydream. So I put that in there, just little inspiration, things like that. Now, I have them all divided up. I have numbers on all my dividers, and I was in the middle, day before yesterday, I guess now, of making a sheet here with, I have this book of, let me show you this. And don't ask, I think I got this at Blix. I think I got this at Blix a few years ago, and I just use it off and on. It was a big, thick pad of these, but I've torn out half the pages. But it has brainstorming, mind mapping, and awesome idea generating sheets. It's called the Big Idea Notepad. It's by Chronicle. You know, I love anything by Chronicle. And it was $14.95, and the paper's thin. It's paper thin, you know, like printer paper thin paper, but it's just a pad of things for all kinds of ideas. Weird ideas are welcomed, bound for something big, you know, just eureka, the portal to discovery, all these kind of sheets like this, mind mapping, and they repeat. I think there's maybe 4 of each, 5 of each, I don't remember. And I'll just pull them out when I want to use them for dividers or whatever. I just like it. If you have any questions, put them in caps. Okay. All right. So what I did is I pulled out some of the ones that I liked. And this first one is called the Idea Log. It has idea, good, bad, and meh. But what I did is I liked that it was numbered already because I have 9 dividers here. And so what I'm going to do is I've got my list of stuff over here that I'll tell you what I'm going to divide them up. And I think I'm going to stamp them. Essentially what this is going to be is my table of contents. So this will be at the front. Well, not the very front. It'll probably be this, like, right behind my pretty pages here. I've cut things out of magazines. These are some calendar flowers, and then I just did some stenciling, doodling on there. And then I'll probably have, this will be this will be right before the first divider. I don't know if this is interesting at all to anybody, but somebody asked, so I'm explaining how I'm doing the new one. And so the little plastic dividers, these are from, it's from, I got them at 2Ps years ago, and I think they sold them at Hobby Lobby. They're the, you know, Project Life type dividers. And they're too long. I cut them off to make them fit in an 8.5 by 11 rather than a 12-inch. But all the holes in a 12-inch binder or in a 3-ring binder are the same holes. It's just that it's a little longer. It's like, you know, a little bit longer for a 12-inch binder. But I just cut that off because I love these little plastic divider things because they have the tabs on the top. I put my own numbers in here. I just use the paint pen and put a little piece of Scotch tape over it. Because it is plastic, you're writing on plastic. But I used my Posca paint pen, wrote the numbers, put a little piece of Scotch tape. It is interesting. Okay, thanks, guys. Let's snore fast. And, you know, a lot of people don't care about organizing anything. I will watch Miss Vicky B. Planner. I will watch her number pages if that's what she does. I'm serious. I love organizing. I love planners. I just personally cannot do a calendar type planner, but I love them. I love listing. I mean, Lister's got a list. I'm all over that stuff. Just saying. Okay. So what this is my version of my idea collecting though, right? I did, Jean. Okay, so anyway, so I'm going to make this my table of contents page with my 10 topics. Some of the topics are the same, but I'm kind of revamping it. And the topics that I'm going to have, and I'll go ahead and go through because I've already got a sheet for each one. So, for instance, Chapter 1, Table of Contents, you know, tab 1 is mind mapping and words. Now, in my other book, I had words. I had just one for words and topics, right? So I kind of revamping them just a little bit from the other ones. I don't want to get bored with my own system. I invent a system and I'll get bored with it, right? So, so the other one I think had words and topics and definitions or something like that. Now on chapter or section 1, I'm going to have mind mapping and words. One of the sheets in that pad of pages had mind maps already, so I'm using their sheet. And what I'll do is this will be the table of contents for this section. So each section will have its own sleeve that I can pull this in and out, right? I can pull this in and out and make my own table of contents on each section. So I have my main 10 topics. I think I actually have 9 right now. Well, I have 10 topics, but I think I have 9 of these. The last one is just notes. So anyway, so I'm going to use this for the table of contents for every division, and then every division will have its own sleeve that I can keep as a table of contents. The first one being mind maps and words. I mind map all the time. I don't know that I mind map just exactly like, official mind mapping. I chart it out. I'll do list mind mapping where it's linear, and then I'll also do the tree kind, the branches out of mind mapping. And that's something I haven't pulled out for quite a while. Our color mind mapping ideas. Remember those notebooks we did years ago, guys? That was probably in the first 6 months of my streaming. So it had to be close to at least five and a half years ago when we did those books of color books. I don't mean color books like you color, but books of color ideas. Remember? Oh my gosh, we need to pull those notebooks back out. Anyway, we mind map with color, so and ideas, but I haven't pulled those out in a while either. Maybe we need to do that. All right, so this is like mind mapping and words. So that will be this division, and then in each one, or at least 5 or 6, I have just these little pockets to put stuff in, right? Remember, I just now got this one. It's not even done yet. I'm still putting together this new one, which I started in January, and just, I'm busy. I'm busy, people. What can I say? And so, again, this is some cutouts on top of a magazine image. I put my own washi tape on there and just kind of made it my own. It's just pretty. It's thick, right? This is out of the Flow magazine, some calendar flowers, kind of outlined in black. It's just pretty. It's just something, I like my sections to have a pretty cover section. Yes, we mind mapped with color and ideas. We would take, well, I won't get into it now because I'll get off on another rabbit trail, Sarah. Okay, so then I have all my paper here. Sometimes I'll put cardstock and thinner paper, so that I have an option if I need some thicker paper, or if I just need some quick doodle paper, then I'll just, I just want to like scribble on, then I don't want to waste nice cardstock for a scribble. All right, so the second one is patterns and designs. I have an idea that I'm working on for another project that I want to do a lot of patterns and designs. So I'm going to have a folder. And again, this doesn't necessarily match that topic, but I just want something to write on back and front for the table of contents for that section. So for instance, under patterns and designs, I'm going to break it out by I don't know if you want to say ethnicity or country or time period. Like I want to do some medieval, I want to do some Japanese, and I have a whole book, a notebook on Japanese kimono patterns that I've drawn out. But I want to kind of condense them in here as I have time, right? But anyway, I'll have a list here of all the different kind of patterns and designs from different time periods, countries, ethnic groups, or whatever. And so I'll put my different patterns and pattern kind of like design things in section 2. This is a good organizing system. You're terrible. See, I'm purple. I am over-organized. I will over-organize myself. That's why I say that one year when I did the big 12 by 12 calendar, doing something every day, it wasn't exactly like Hobonichi, like where you draw every day, but you would write everything every day. I drove myself crazy. I over-organized myself in every one of those squares. I do not do calendars well. Not that I can't do them well, I do them too well. I spend all my time in that. And I know myself. I know I cannot do calendars. Nothing wrong with them. I'm just saying, don't say, oh, Dede doesn't like organizers. Dede doesn't like planners. That's not true. I love organizing. I love me some planners. I'm just a lister, okay? Just saying. Just a lister. Okay, so this was out of the Flow magazine. I just cut this out, put that in there, and then I just had a magazine page from one of the magazines. I just like that. I cut down some scrapbook paper, the pad of scrapbook paper. That's a 12 by 12 pad. I put some of these in here because these are also good for painting over on top. If I get an idea and I just want something in the background rather than a white sheet, that's good. Again, another pocketed sleeve. Okay, each section has got kind of the same basic setup. Let me take a quick sip of coffee. A quick flash of my fluffette to Sarah. Oh gosh. Fluffette's in the other room now. I think I moved Fluffette in the... No, Fluffette's up on the top shelf. Okay, let me write it, make a note of that. I'll show it in this one. Let me write that down. Okay, let me get a thing here. Where's my Post-it note? Fluffette. I had to look around where Fluffette was. Okay, Fluffette's the name of one of my composition books. We'll show Fluffette in a minute, Colleen. We're going to separate this little segment into some, like, I don't know, organizing something, journals, books. I don't know. I sometimes I have a hard time naming what goes on because we go on so many rabbit trails in a show. It's hard to pin it down to one thing. Okay, so number three. Number three is clip art. And I don't mean just like cutting out clip art and putting it in here. That's not what I mean. For clip art, I should say clip art ideas. Remember a while back I did a show talking about how to use clip art? And what I want to do in that section is when I've got so many clip art books that I really never pull out anymore because I don't need them. But clip art books, like I showed in that segment, in that video, and I think it's named Clip Art Ideas, is how to take your clip art books and readdress those images. You know, you got some from 1800s, 1900s, you know, printer little things and designs. Well, not that you copy them, but you can get inspiration and ideas from them. So that's what's going to go in here. When I have a clip art idea or see a piece of clip art that oh man, I love the way that the guy on the bicycle, the unicycle guy, you know, that one's just coming to my mind. And you know, a lot of people now make rubber stamps and acrylic stamps, especially the rubber stamps, when rubber stamps first started becoming popular again. Well, when they first became art popular and having rubber stamp conventions and all that, a lot of those rubber stamps were taken from clip art. Anyway, that being said, section 3 is for my clip art. Section 4, okay, oh, and then I got, here, let me show you what I got. I got another piece of flow paper, I got a magazine image, and I have a scrapbook piece of paper, and a pocket, and then the plain paper. Every section's got this. See, I'm organized that way. I want them all the same. Want them all the same. Then in 4, I want a section in the other notebooks that I have. I have this one's going to be stamps and stamp images. I want to start doing something more with my stamps, even if it's just a background piece. I just don't use my stamps enough. I've given so many away because I just don't use them. But I want to do something with my stamps. And so Blondie had, remember when Blondie had sent us these? Now, I don't have many left. I've given most of them away. But I still have a few of these little acetate stamps. And so she stamped these little acetate pieces, and then she also stamped on sticker paper. I think I've given all but 2 sheets of the sticker paper away. And then she made these little, there's kind of sliding out here. She made these little slide things with stamps. So anyway, this is one of the things, like, it's a great idea for stamps, right? So this will go, let me get past all these pages. Again, a cutout piece, a scrapbook paper, a folder, a piece of my hair, one of my hairs. So this will go under stamps. Okay, this little bit that I have left from Blondie. Blonde Woman Stamping. Remember, she sent us all this stuff. And then I still have a couple duplicates of each that I'll probably share too, but I've given most of her stuff away already. But anyway, I had this sitting here because I knew that was going to go in section 4, stamps. Then again, all kinds of paper ready to go. Section 5, lettering. I told y'all I want to do us to do some projects out of the Joanne Sharp lettering book. Now, I don't want to say I'm a professional calligrapher anymore because I don't do it professionally anymore, and I am out of practice. Back in probably the 80s, early 90s, when I did a lot of calligraphy. But anyway, I want us to do some stuff with this book, the art of whimsical lettering. And so Joanne Sharp, I swore I wasn't going to buy this book, but I did. And now I wanted us to all do projects out of it. So I did make a lettering, because I've got tons of lettering and calligraphy books. At the very least, I need to write down all my lettering and all my calligraphy books and put them in here. I should do that. I should make a library book of all my books anyway. I've tried to do that before. I actually have tried to write down every book I have. But you know, here's what what throws me is when I start writing down, like let's just say I have a Cadfael Ellis Peters book, right? I have maybe one or two in my personal library, but I've read all of them. I've read all, however many there are, 20, I don't know. So I can't bring myself to, I have to make separate lists. Make one list of the books I actually own, but then the books that I've read in that series. So like I own 2 Cadfael books, but I've read all 20. So it's hard for me to make a library book or list because I have so many books I've read that I want to remember that I've read, but I don't own them. You know, does that make sense? Anyway, okay. So this is section 5, which is lettering. And again, I just stuck in one of these sheets because this one kind of had cool lettering, but just a place to make the table of contents for section 5. Are y'all following me with this? Do we all need some coffee after this segment? Oh, yeah, and that's true, too. That's another point Julie Topaz just said. Your books are in a state of flux. You buy some, you give some away. I've given tons of them to the kids. Cam has a lot of my art books and research books and things like that I've given him. You know, so it is hard to keep up unless you do it from the get-go, which I did give Cam a book. It's like a little mini Molly, and it's like a small Moleskine, and it's made for your books. And he's not keeping up with it. I told him, you're going to be sorry one day if you don't, because he reads voraciously. I said, you're going to be sorry one day if you don't write down every book you've ever read. And I did this, gave it to him when he was like 10. He has never done it. So, you know, he's now, going on 17. He's read a lot of books already that he's going to forget he's read, although he has a good memory, so maybe he won't. Anyway. All right, so another little magazine image, a piece of scrapbook paper, another file, another pocket thing, and then the paper. Again, I'm just setting this up again. This is my 3rd one. Although I have tons and tons of other idea inspiration notebooks, but not in this format. Okay. Number 6, color. I'm going to have a whole section on color. Again, color combination, color ideas, color mind mapping, color, color. Anything to do with color. Okay. All the same, scrapbook paper, and I think I ran out of the plastic sleeves, the plastic pockets, and then I got paper. Number 7 is symbols. Again, just like the patterns from different countries, eras, ethnicities, I want to do the same kind of thing on symbols. Okay, I got lots of books on symbols, and and how you use your symbols in art. Okay, so I got that. So that's symbols. But then I got a pretty paper, a magazine cutout, a scrapbook paper. So it's all kind of the same. Number 8 is coloring pages. I'm going to put them in here just because I'm not sure where to put them. I color, anytime I color and cut out, like say the girls, the kimono girls, I've been gluing them hodgepodge in different if I'm using them in an art journal page, that's one thing. But if I'm using them, if I'm coloring and I want to use them at some point, and I think I have one here. What did I do with the one? Anyway, I don't know what I put it somewhere here. And I want to use them eventually. Let's say I color a bunch of the flowers in the nature book and cut them out. I don't really have a place to put them until I use them. So a lot of times I'm coloring in my color books. I know I'm going to want to cut them out and use them in my art journal, but I don't have a spot. I don't have a spot to put them until I use them. So what I'll do is I'll put them in, you know, plastic, not this one, but plastic, you know, page protectors in this section, right? So I'm just going to put them in a section until I can use them, even though I still have to have all the same type, you know, things going on. So that's number 8 is coloring pages. Number 9 is just ideas. I get tons of ideas, and when they end up being written on a Post-it note, I can at least have a place to throw them in here. Hey, Elk Lady, you have a journal with a list of your favorite authors and titles of books that you've read. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I've always wanted to do, but because I have so many books and I've read so many books, either at the library, I've passed them on, I've given them away, I've kept some, given them away, you know, like the Catville. I've got 1 or 2. I don't even know how many I've got. And I've read all of them. So I've got to have a list of the ones I've read, and that one just comes to my mind because we were just talking about that one. So, you know, I'm just not quite sure how to organize my library and my reading list, right? Okay, so then under here, this is just my idea, just a little bit of thing stuck in my ideas. Again, no scrapbook paper, magazine images, and then a lot of paper back here. So all this paper can be taken out if I need more paper in other sections, right? So those are my sections. These are all my bookmarks that I've collected from the High Museum. And I showed you the Frida one. So my High Museum in Atlanta, and you can get these other places too, but they sell these, they come in an envelope. They're in an envelope with a bunch of stickers with their quotes. So that you get, like, not just the image, but you get stickers and envelope. I think they're meant to be cards, like little cards. I look at them as like bookmarks, but I just love them. They're like my little creative family that live in my whatever idea notebook I have. Frida's right there, okay? So I got Poe. I got, what you call it, the architect. It's going to slip my mind, you know. Oh, whoa. You know, the architect, what's his name? Well, anyway, just slipped my mind right there. Picasso, Monet, got Sherlock, Dali, and then these two, they were just sold at an exhibit we went to. It was the Wild Bill Annie Oakley exhibit. And so we saw the old films, and so they're not really my inspiration, but, you know, I had to have them, right? So I know somebody's going to tell me the name of the architect. Why is it? I got William Morris stuck in my head, but that's not who it is. But anyway, yeah. Somebody's got to tell me, otherwise people will be commenting. I need to know his name. What is his name? Oh my gosh. Just slipped my head. Somebody's got to tell me, or I'll have to look it up, because I don't want everybody commenting telling me what it is. And I know one of you girls, Jean or somebody, will tell me, what's the architect's name? Yeah, I know, right? And there's a lag, so I have to wait. I have to wait for my voice to catch up with the chat. Okay, I got to look it up. Somebody will probably tell me by the time I look it up. Frank Lloyd Wright. Thank you, Teresa. I knew somebody would tell me. Frank Lloyd Wright. So I got William Morris stuck in my head because I'm thinking of the patterns and stuff. Anyway, Frank Lloyd Wright. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I knew somebody would come with it. So anyway, I just like these guys and girls because I got Frida in the front. So I just keep them because I like them. I like them. Again, here's Frida at the front. Okay, so that's how I have my new notebook going to be designed, right? So let me get all my separate little papers that I got things. notes. And like here, like this little Johnny Depp that Janet sent me. I got to color him. He's going to have to go in that color thing till I find a home for him. All right, so let me move all this off of here. And I'll get fluff back, Colleen. Hang on, I got to move the fan. It's up here on the top shelf. Let's see if I can get Fluffette. All right. Because Fluffette is now a decoration. Okay. Fluffette is no longer in use. This is Fluffette. Fluffette is no longer being used, right? Hang on, all my things are falling here. Gotta fix my chair, guys. I have a Fluffette 1 and a Fluffette 2. I'm not using either one. They're now decorations. Let me fix my chair back here with all my shirts hanging off the back. Okay. So, what Fluffette is, the bookmarks are my friends. Yes, Suzanne. This is a composition book. Plain old composition book. It's been covered with scrapbook paper. Okay. I'll do Fluffette, then we'll stop this video. We're already 30 minutes in. We haven't done a project, but we're talking about organizing and stuff. Okay. All right. Yes. Well, as you can see, Fluffette was really never ignored. She was well used. So Bryn, one of our other Ustream girls that doesn't stream anymore, she's just really busy with life and everything, she made Fluffy. Okay. She made Fluffy. Her Fluffy looks like this. Maybe even a little bit even more fluffy. So because hers was the original Fluffy, I named mine Fluffette. So when I first started streaming, within the first year or so, I'll give you all a little backstory on this. When I first started streaming, I did what's called All About You. And what I would do is anybody that was there, we'd put their name in a hat, right? A bowl, but you know, write down their name, put it in a bowl, and every week I would pick a name and we would ask them, we would grill them, I mean, ask politely, some questions. And I think these are actually some of the questions right here, maybe. I kept them somewhere. And so I would do a collage based on the answers to their questions. For instance, one of the simple ones, your favorite color. So we would base the collage around their favorite color or around their favorite, you know, food, place to travel. And we would do the collages every week live, like impromptu. So what I did though, originally I was going to make this into an address book with everybody. Well, of course, that address book completely outgrew Fluffette. It moved into a second Fluffette, Fluffette 2, and has since just moved into a good old Rolodex. But when we were only about, I don't know how many people, I don't know, I think there's like 100 here, something like that, between this one and Fluffette 2. So what I would do is when I would get the answers to their questions, I would do a little mini page for them in here, just so that I would have, like, you know, like I said, I started to have this be their addresses, but then I just did, and some are finished, some are not. So what I ended up doing was making it like the start of when somebody would send me a letter, an email, a note, a little mini happy mail, a card. Of course, that quickly outgrew it out of this as well. So, yes, Colleen, well, yes. So, yeah, Colleen, your photograph of it is in here, yes. So, as I did the collages, like Colleen was just saying, as I did the 8.5 by 11, I did them all 8.5 by 11, the collages every week, so that I could easily slip them in a envelope, you know, the 8.5 by 11 envelope and mail them easily. And so they were all 8.5 by 11. Colleen actually had hers framed and took a picture of it framed. It looked so nice, Colleen. But what I would do is I would just take a picture and print it out of the collage, the finished collage, and I would glue them in. Now, I can't say that I've got every single one in here, but I did put, yes, and I do have a Flickr. It's an old Flickr. It's like from 2011, 10, maybe even earlier, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I don't know. Anyway, with all the collages. So one of these days I need to go over there and take pictures of all my Flickr and make a separate kind of photo album with them. And speaking of photo albums, on my Facebook yesterday, I went ahead and made an album. This is like a lot of TMI here, guys. I made a Facebook album that I'm going to put all my YouTube portraits, my YouTuber portraits that I've done. I'm going to put them all in there. Now there's a couple, there's like 4, I think, or 5 that I did on small sketchbook paper that like Jamie, APG Jamie. I want to redraw APG Jamie because I didn't like because it was so small. And when I blow it up and it's the same size as all the 8.5 by 11s, it just doesn't look like I want a better picture of her, so a better drawing. But I did make an album over on Facebook for that. And I also have I spent about an hour yesterday gathering all my animal portraits. Not all of them. Good grief, I shouldn't say all. A lot of my favorites. I got a lot of my favorite animal portraits and some sketches and I'm going to make a Facebook album for them today. And these are all public, so you don't have to follow me or me follow you to go see those albums, okay? So I'm going to make an animal drawings or something like that. I don't want to call it pet portraits because they're not all pets. So I'll probably just name it like animal album or something like that. And I'm going to put that up on Facebook. I think I picked 30 pictures. I think I picked 30 pictures to put in that album. Okay, so back to Fluffette. So again, this is just your standard plain old composition book. All right, and you can see it's fluffy. I made tabs. I made tabs for every person. And see, this is the kind of thing that I would do, and my family would say, I think you need to get back to your portrait work, Mom. Honey, I think you need to get back to your portrait work. I love doing this. Don't get me wrong. I love every bit of this. But my family just didn't see any potential in this. I didn't care. I love doing this. I'm just saying, love it. All right, so I'm going to kind of flip through a little bit of it. I don't know, and I got a lot of letters and notes in here. Of course, I don't want any of that seen. You know, I have a lot of color list and questions and stuff. Oh, and we call this, before I named it Fluffette, it was called My Smashed Friends. Sorry, I bumped the kid. Yeah, it was called My Smashed Friends. Like, kind of like the Smashed Fairies we were talking about the other day. Okay, so anyway, let me see if I can move some of the post-it notes and some private stuff. Okay, so I'm going to kind of float through it, but every page has been distressed, inked, painted, and I try to do each one with the color. And now we're probably going to come across a lot of friends that we haven't seen in a while, guys. I was having fun, yes. That we haven't seen for a while. There's my phone number and stuff. I'll move that. Okay, and some of these probably will stick. These, because it has been literally smashed together. It's not really pulling any paint off, and it's all acrylic paint. So, like for instance, here's Queen Di, a letter from Queen Di. Sometimes then I'd go and make pockets, but these are her colors. So I would try to do the pages, the colors that person liked, and some are further along than others, right? Okay, so I'm just going to kind of flip through here. I just have a few at the front with nobody. Then here's Papercraft Judy. Again, I don't know. I haven't seen. Maybe I need. Let me prop this up because it's going to be. How am I going to? Oh, let me get the baby wipe thing over here. I got to prop because it's going to really be hard to show you all this because it's so fluffy, right? Okay, so again, there's going to be a lot of people that we probably haven't seen for a long time, but I still have letters and emails and cards. A fun trip down memory lane. Yes, I do not update Fluffette anymore. Hi, Kimmy. This Fluffette now sits up on my shelf like this. It's a decoration. There's no more room in Fluffette or Fluffette 2. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to kind of flip through. It's just a composition book, guys. Just a composition book. All right, so let's, but I am going to take a peek around the corner before I flip it because I don't want anybody's addresses or anything like that to show, right? So I'm going to kind of be careful. All right, so the first page I did was the one I did on myself. I did a little scene here. Of course, Mona Lisa is my muse, tucked in there. So anyway, I did little ladybugs all over it. The next one we have, and they're in no particular order. I would just go anywhere. I would just, there's no particular order. Okay, here's Lynn. Again, some have notes and things. Sunny Shirley, all her letters and notes. Oh, here's some of the, here's the All About You. This was Shirley's All About You, but this, even though this was Shirley's All About You, I can still tell you, not about Shirley, but about some of the questions that we'd ask. Favorite color, favorite animal, what country or state you live in, do you have kids or not? Did I say favorite animal? Your favorite motif, your favorite, and favorite colors, you'd have to give me 3. Like her favorite motif was mermaids or anything ocean. Okay. And I would write down notes as I was asking the question so I could kind of determine a collage theme. Because after we did this, guys, I immediately started doing a collage. Okay, here's the one we did on her. So there's Shirley's. This is a photograph of her 8.5 by 11 collage. So there's a mermaid. We did all her fins, all her scales are made out of watch parts. Now remember, this is an 8.5 by 11. But anyway, and I put her name on there. This is all collaged, a little mermaid with watch parts. Okay, so that was hers, okay, that we did. We asked your favorite word. What do you collect? Do you collect anything? What would you like everybody to know about you? What one thing would you like someone to know about you? What's your favorite medium? Like, do you paint, collage, make cards, whatever? Those are some of the questions. Okay, some of the other questions are, you could say your age or not. You could tell us your age or not. And if you have kids or grandkids, your favorite flower, your favorite art supply. Are you a user or a treasurer? Do you use your supplies or do you hoard them? I mean, treasure them. Your favorite movie, your favorite sport. Do you drink coffee, tea, or soda? Which one of those 3? Your favorite book, your favorite type of book, a mystery, art book, nonfiction, whatever your favorite book genre is. Your favorite artist. Your favorite travel destination. If you could go to one place, where would it be? So I think that was the bulk of them. There was a few others, but anyway, so that was some of the questions there. And that just happened to be hers. Sometimes I'd keep the sheet. Some of them are, I think most of these sheets like this, I've kept them and they're bundled up in a big rubber band about this thick. all about you sheets. You are okay, yeah, and the mystery person. Okay, so sometimes it was like further in, we would do a mystery guest. So what we would do is I would be in message with the person. And Julie Topaz was one, but the one that comes to my mind is Artistic Biker Blade. So he would be in message with me, and I would ask the questions to him. He would type them back to me, and I would announce them back to the chat. And then the first person that could guess who I had in chat with me would get a prize. We'd do a giveaway. And we would do this while I was kind of like looking for collage fodder or whatever. Well, when I got to your favorite motif, or maybe it was art supply or something, and he said leather, everybody knew it was Artistic Biker, right? So anyway, but they were fun. They were so fun to do. Okay, so yeah, this one was Lori Bear, and again, I don't have a collage for her, but I have some letters and emails and stuff tucked in there. Okay. Oh, I don't want to show any addresses here. I got to be careful of this, guys. All right, so this is Joycey. Joycey, I have like papers and letters from her, and here's her collage. Hers was a double page. It was two 8.5 by 11 pages, and no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was. It had a door on it. That's right. So the front here had a door, and then it opened up, and that was inside. Okay, and then there's her name. Pick a coloring book and pass it to everyone. Color in a page and send it. The problem with that, Kimmy, is the mailing expense, especially for international. I've thought about doing coloring book ATCs or a color book page swap. Everybody would send me a color book page, and then I would do a color book page swap. The problem with sending a color book or internationally is the cost. You know, it's going to cost $20, $25 to mail a book around, and then you don't have any guarantee that it's going to make it, because you can't really track packages internationally at a reasonable rate, right? So that's the only problem, the postage. The postage internationally, and I personally, because half of our people are international, I don't feel right about not including them. I do have my new rule as far as commission work goes for doing portrait commissions, people, animals, whatever. I no longer do international commissions for that very reason. I have no way to track my work without it costing $50 per track or more. So I no longer do international portraits. But any of our giveaways or anything like that, or any kind of swaps we do, I always like to include our international friends. So that's the only thing. So I have thought about doing a color book page swap. Okay, so we'll talk about that. So that's Joycey's. Then again, guys, let me I gotta make sure I'm not showing anything here. Then here's Artie Dar. I have a couple, like here's Artie Dar's little this is her, what do you call it, business cards. There's our Artie Dar. So I just keep those kind of things in there, along with, now I know I did an Artie Dar collage. Let me see if, let me find her photograph. Here we go. So this was the Artie Dar. Okay, we did a triptych for Artie Dar. See, I've got to remember, it's been a long time, guys. These are from 2011, right? Yeah. So we did Artie Dar, a little kind of a triptych where you open the doors, and then this was inside. So this was Artie Dar's collage that we did that day. That's the inside of this. And there's all kinds of jewels and chains and steampunky things. Got her name in a metal little book plate there. And so it's all decorated, because Artie Dar is our like three-dimensional kind of gal. So we did a triptych, and then this was our Artie Dar on the inside. I know it's hard to see. They're just actual photographs, guys, that I took. So that was our Artie Dar. And I'm having a hard time keeping this thing up on the baby thing. Okay, then we have, again, I'm peeking for addresses. Next is Laurel. And Laurel's, okay, so here's one. This is a picture of one of her cats that had passed away that I did for her. This is her collage. And again, 8.5 by 11. This is just the photograph. So there's the Laurel collage. These are Laurel's colors here. I call her our vintage elegance Laurel. Okay. Then we have, next is this was Mel, God's Mixed Media Mel, her daughter. This was and I have it glued in. Some of them I've actually glued in. It's Angelica. We call her Jelly, but anyway, so there's her collage in there. And again, this is her pages, her notes and letters. Hey, Poppy, we're going through Fluffette. It's an old kind of, from 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 5 years ago, when I was doing collages of everybody every week. Okay, then we had J-Cats, and I think I did a J-Cats too, but I don't have her picture there. But these are her colors. Again, I'm peeking for addresses, guys. Okay, this was Lynn. So there's Lynn's Lynn's collage right there, and I put it on all her favorite colors. This is just, you know, a background mix match of colors. I just wanted the backgrounds to be their favorite color. It wasn't anything in particular, just to put their colors on the page and a tab with their names. But that's her collage and all the letters and notes she sent me. And then let's see, next is Vicky. Okay, I'm looking for addresses. Okay, so this is our Vicky. We did kind of like a fantasy steampunk. These are like little gears that are all over. It's kind of hard to see. But anyway, there's Vicky's collage. I hope this is fun for y'all. If y'all, you know, if you weren't around in 2011 doing this, it may not be interesting. But I have, you know, letters and notes and things. And this is her like double page spread. Again, I'm peeking just to make sure addresses. This is Dreamer B. Again, have not seen Dreamer B since probably 2011. Where's the fish? The fish. I don't know. I missed the fish, Sherry. Oh, you're probably not talking to me. So Dreamer B, this was her collage. Again, they're all 8.5 by 11. I just took a picture just to keep a picture of it. Bren, I don't think I did. I just got our notes in here. This was Cherry Sharon. Let me get all my notes. I'm just making sure no addresses. Here's Barb. This is one of Barb's. She sent me some cards. I actually have some letters from Barb. Believe it or not, I have some cards and letters from Barb, who does not mail cards. And these I did. Some of these are her. These are her stamps. These are Barb's face stamps. I have a set of them. So I stamped her little faces all over her page. So that's Barb. Let's see, I'm just going to keep flipping. Here's Claire. Claire, UK Claire. I don't know if she's still belly dancing, but Claire was belly dancing for exercise. That's what she said, for exercise. Now, I just, you know, anyway, so this was Claire's page. And again, notes and letters and things. You like this? Yeah, it's fun. Oh, as a newbie, you think it's cool? Yeah. Okay, then here is Packer Dye. And Packer Dye, she was a MTV girl. And so we did a collage with a face, a watch, you know, did her red hair, put an MTV logo there. So that's our Packer Dye page. Deb PA. There's her page, and those are jewels. Those are all jewels on the horse. And again, guys, it's hard to see because it's just photographs. Okay. Then we had, I think this is Carrie. Yeah. Carrie, be the kid in you every day. So Carrie, she did one of, and I have it. It's put up in my, I haven't had it framed yet, but Carrie did one for me. This is the page Carrie did for me. All about me. She did this, and I actually own the piece, but here's the photograph of it. And then the page I did for Carrie was also a book. Now, I can't remember how it opened, or is that a separate one? But I think it was a 2-pager or something, Carrie. I think it opened, or she lifted up, something like that. But this was Carrie's page. Carrie love Pixie. She's a pixie, so like there. So we did her a little pixie. Okay. Then let's see. Next is Fiona. We never got we never did a Fiona page, but I got our colors there still. I think after doing about 30 of these, it was like time to move on. I mean the actual collages, not this. We got like 100 people in here, but the collages themselves. I think after doing them for about a year, I think we did them for about a year. Because I know I have about 30 of them. So, anyway. Then Fran, our Franny, we did Lady Fran. She's like, I don't know what you want to call it, you know, medieval Fran. So we put a big sword and a like medieval girl. So there's Fran. Some of Fran's stuff to me in there. Again, letters. Here's Tara. These are Tara's colors. Felicia. Karen Cap. Karen is God's Mixed Media girl, Mel, her mother-in-law. I don't see her anymore either on Ustream or anything. Um, yeah, I did it right on the spot. That's true, Vicky. It was like right there. All right, so I think I'm getting this now. I can probably put a couple paint jars under it instead of the big baby wipe because it's, I want to try to keep it as flat as I can here. Anyway, those are her colors and stuff. Then we had Mel, and there was Melissa, God's Mixed Media girl. That's her collage. Then we had, again, I'm just kind of peeking for addresses, guys. Gina, I guess we didn't do a collage. Then here is Daylan, her trees. She did trees. Happy Dye, her colors. Darcy UK. Did she have, see, I got to remember, sometimes I just stuck the collages in there, not, didn't glue them all down. Graphics Cat, there's hers right there. Oh, thanks, guys. I'm glad. Yeah, again, this is just, all this is a composition book. No, there's no pages glued together. Anytime, I've got tons and tons of composition books, glue books, crunch books, all kinds of, inspiration books with just composition books. I never glue any pages together, whether it's a magazine, journal, an art, not that there's anything wrong with it. I just never found the need to glue pages. Look. No pages glued together. They got a little bit of a warp to them, but that's paint on both sides flattens out your pages. Nothing's glued together. Susan Ribbons. Nikki, this is Steampunk Nikki, and we did her a little metal piece. She's a Steampunk Nikki UK, and that's a little metal piece that opens up. It's a little slider metal piece. There's a lot of dimensional stuff on the collages that you can't really see. I would use metal or cutouts or anything on the collages, right? Okay, then this is Julie, IMJ Julie. I got some letters in here, but I did not do her page. The next one is Queen Care. Again, there's her page right there. Notes and letters. Here's my, and this is funny because I sent one of these to Joycey, Don't Bug Me. She still uses it, I think. But I had this calendar of this. These are actual beetles that the photographer, the artist photographer, would take pictures of these beetles in different seasons and around the world. And these are the actual colors that the beetles change during different seasons. And he made a calendar out of it. Well, we since used all that calendar up. But I took and made one, laminated one for Joycey, because she was always saying, don't bug me. Don't bug me. So I did this, and I sent her one, and I kept one. So it's just stuck in here. But anyway, don't bug me. I like giving you the hand, So anyway, all right. So this one is APG Jamie's. Now, why this one is opens up? Did I have? Okay. So this was also a triptych, and hers that we did little hinge doors, and then this is the outside, and you opened it up, and this was on the inside. So there's APG Jamie's. That's on the inside of the little doors. Yeah, Julie Topaz says hers has flat back pearls and an actual pin. Yes. Okay, so Jamie, I got a lot of letters and stuff from APG Jamie. She's our poet girl, and she's been very busy. I think I can move the paint things now. Now we're flattened out here. And this is just stuck in here because I wanted to keep it in there. I should put it under the Joycey one. So anyway, artist poet girl. Then we have Jordan, and Jordan's another, she started streaming, I believe she was 11. Y'all can quote me if I'm wrong. So in 2011, or really 10 or 11, she would have been 11 or 12. 30, 40, 50. She's probably graduated from high school. She's probably going to college now. She's probably 17 or 18 now. But she would stream her art journals when she was like 12. And we all rallied around her. We protected her. We didn't let any trolls around her. We would like watch out and like no guys could come around her. I mean, we were protective of our little Jordan. And she had all kinds of blogs and, but she was also very smart and she did a lot of things in school. So of course, school took precedence over any kind of streaming. But I'm sure some of you remember Jordan. But anyway, she and I did not do a page with her, but she and I did a collage swap. And so this was the one I did for her. This was a collage swap I did for her. Yeah, then she moved. She also moved, so she had to readjust to, new school situation and all that. So she just kind of, disappeared. So yeah. Okay, then our Sassy Pants Music Jean. Again, these are the colors. I just did a background page, but there's her collage. She's a music teacher. I forgot what big band it is that she liked, but there's the big band behind her there. But she's also teaching music. She could teach her classical music and listen to the big band in her earbuds. That's how I imagine Jean. Teaching classical music and listening to in her earbuds to... Yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant, Vicky. Polly in collage. She's in collage now. She's in college now. Okay, then here's Julie Topaz. Okay, so Julie, I know her last name's not Topaz. And it's funny because her name is Topaz Pearl Girl. So, of course, we had pearls. We actually had some flat back pearls on here. But her last name's not Topaz. And so whenever I'd say Julie Topaz, people would go, well, her last name's not Topaz. So I started, let me write it down here. So I started doing, I know her last name isn't Topaz. So rather than saying, I know her last name's not Topaz, I would just go, no, this is just what we're doing now. I would type this, I-K-H-N-L-I-T. I know her last name isn't Topaz. What's funny, my computer now, when I put I-K in, it automatically finishes it for me. It knows. It knows I mean Julie Topaz. Anyway, so there's hers with the flat back pearls and the clouds. And so that's Julie's. There's Julie's collage. And then here's Ketsia. I did not do a collage on Ketsia. Ketsia is the one that I have the miniature art studio in the plastic case. She's the miniaturist. Here's Linda. I call her Art Unit. And I don't know, did we do a collage with you, Linda? I don't see one, so I guess we didn't do Linda. Then we have Morgan. Because remember, guys, how we would choose people is they'd be in a bowl. Their names would be in a bowl, and I would draw a name out, and that's who we would do that week. There was no planning. It was all impromptu. We would just do it on the fly. So hers had let me put all these little notes in here. Hers also had a 2-page. Let's see. No, I think, okay, this is how hers worked. I had to think for a minute. She had a hinge, okay, and the horse was on here, and this right here would lift up. And I had kind of like a Stonehenge theme thing going on for her. So the horse would lift up, and then under the horse was her. So this kind of fits, like, just imagine this is what the collage, I'm going to kind of prop it up here. This is what the collage looked like. And when you open the horse side, you would see the girl under there. So that was Morgan's. Okay, Juju, thank you. I'm recording. See if you are interested in watching the rest of this, like remembering. Wee Hootie. We did not do a thing with Wee Hootie, but these are her colors. Then we did Lori Artivity. Did we do one for Lori Artivity? This is stuff she sent me, but I don't think we did a Lori Artivity. I still see her every now and then. Lori Artivity still posts every now and then. I'll see her on Twitter or somewhere. I see her every now and then. Next is Jen Oz. Jen is in Australia, and we did hers. That butterfly is actually a puzzle. That's a puzzle, and we left some of the puzzle pieces out, and so it's a butterfly with actual puzzle pieces. So that's Jen's collage. Then we had Julia. Again, Julia, I'm thinking this is our Julia. I don't know where she lives now. Is she in Sweden? I don't remember where she's living now. She's moved a couple times. Michelle W. Miss Merdy. This Miss Merdy. I guess we never did a Miss Merdy. And Mary Beth. Again, just a little, color. Oh, Paula. Now, Paula, we did, I think, a 2 or 3 page thing. Oh, and we did, that's bad news. Paula always says, that's bad news. Well, she used to. I don't know if she says it so much, but she used to say, that's bad news. So, and there's, lizard, lizard, lizard. That's, I don't know if you can tell, but that's one of those flying lizards. Well, they're not flying, but they got those big neck things, and they run real fast, and they got those big puffy necks. So if you know the story, if you know Paula any length of time. So that's that. And then this was the second page. I think one overlapped the other or something like that. Like it was a 2-page like door thing. So that's Paula's. Then we had Key Margot, Mitzi, not Mindy Mitz, but Mitzi. And Mitzi's still around. She doesn't like tweet or come around much anymore. I don't know if she's just busy, but she tweets every now and then. Then Miss Rose. Okay, so for Miss Rose is she's probably I won't get into her age, but she's probably the oldest in our group. I got to start propping up this side now, guys. We're getting to the back of it. So Miss Rose and her husband have been booksellers. They live in New York. They've been booksellers, I guess, all their lives. So I used an old book, and took all the signatures out, and we made her collage was inside of a book. Okay, so I put All About You on the spine, and then Many Roses on the cover, and then on the inside of the book, I always just picture her as an Egyptian queen. That's just how I picture Miss Rose. So we did her. There's Miss Rose's page, right? It's a double-page spread inside of a book. Just like Nefertiti. That's just our Miss Rose. And then here's letters and things that Miss Rose has sent me, all in there. Okay, let's get crack-a-lackin'. Rage. Y'all probably know her on YouTube as Rage0113. I think it's what it is. And she doesn't stream. She streams every now and then for Prima. She's does design team work, or at least streams for Prima. So Rage, we did Rage. Here's her collage right there. I know it's kind of hard to see, guys, but yeah, the bad news. Yeah, that's bad news. Okay, then we have Sandy with a P. Sandy with a P's birthday's coming up. I have it written down. I think it's next week. Y'all watch for that. Tammy O. Tammy O is in California, or was at the time. She was the first person that ever sent me Happy Mail. And I just remember that. And this was one of the things that was in the Happy Mail that she sent me, one of these little tags. So I keep that in there. I don't have a collage on her, but she was never really around that much in Ustream, but she was the first person ever sent me Happy Mail. Then we have Sandy Pink, Sandy J. I don't know if she's still here. She's in UK. Now, Sandy has a lot of grandchildren, and she loves lace and satin, and she just likes that. So on her collage, we actually put satin lace border on her collage. And I tried to get as many of her grandkids in there as I could, or representing all her grandkids and her family in there. So Sandy's collage actually has real lace around it. And then Sherry Pink. And Sherry was another one. Sherry was one that, where's her collage? I know it's in here somewhere. Let me find that. Hang on, I got stuff stuck in here. I don't want any addresses to show. Sherry actually framed hers and put it on the wall. But I don't have a picture of it, Sherry. For some reason, Your picture's not in here. I don't know where it is. I don't want anything showing. But your collage is not in here. I don't know why. Vicky P. Vicky, I think it's Vicky Porter. Tumbleweed, Larkspur Vicky. Now, Larkspur Vicky was the one that we were talking about the other day. That's a watercolor artist. And so we used what's that vintage 1800 book? Anyway, we used a picture out of that vintage book for her. That's a real key on her necklace. A real key. Yeah, I don't know what, I know Sherry framed her collage. It's not here though. I don't have a photograph of it, Sherry. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. So that was this is Tumbleweed. Then Larkspur Vicky. Then here's Colleen. Colleen is our kind of like our, I don't want to say Western hippie, but Colleen also framed hers. I don't know where yours is, Sherry. Did I take it out? I must have taken it out to show on some show, and it didn't get put back in here. I don't know. So there's Colleen's. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I have a Flickr album. Vicky just posted it. It is in the album. Yeah. I need to drag all those pictures off of my Flickr and make a separate album for all these. Sorry, Sherry. I don't know. Amy. Here's Artistic Biker Blade. We did Arnold. I'll be back. Oh, wait. I'll be back. So anyway, yeah. Blade. Then we had Kim Bups. I don't see Kim anymore. I think Kim, Sherry, it wasn't Kim working with the PETAs for a while, or maybe she still is, because I was never really in the PETA group because I didn't do those, you know, her books and stuff. So maybe Sherry left because I lost her picture. Anyway, I think Kim was working with the PETAs and Sherry for a while. Dead Crafty. Who else do we do? Jamie Ink. Jamie Ink's another one that stopped coming around because she just had, you know, family and life things to take care of. Kimber. Okay, so Kimber, I have letters here from her, and Kimber passed away. And yeah, so anybody that has something from Kimber. Crocker 2, Carrie, what are we looking at? Oh, Crocker 2, this is an old book of all the, like, original streamers, if you want to say that. I don't want to say they're just the ones that we all were streaming, you know, 5 and 6 years ago. The first streamers I think the very first stream I ever went to was Blade, Artistic Biker. And then Paula. And the first people I met at Blade's show, I think I know it was Vicky BR, Vicky Alligator Vicky, Julie Topaz, and I can't think right now. You have a few things from Kimber? And some of the girls are saying they have some of her postcards. I never did a collage from her, but I do have letters and some art and postcards from her here. Maybe I'll just show one here. Let's see. I have a nice postcard from her here. So yeah. So the next one was Lily. Lily's in the UK, and Lily is a hoot. Lily can imitate the Queen, and she even did a skit. She did a skit for the Christmas Ustream. We did a Ustream, what do you call it, a marathon. Streamers would take turns streaming for 24 hours during the New Year, and Lily actually did a skit with as the Queen. So anytime we see Lily, we'll go, Lily, and like try to wave in different ways like the Queen. You know, there's the figure 8, there's the different kind of, anyway. And she's so funny. Well, anyway, so there's our Queen Lily, who has actually rode elephants in India. So there's Queen Lily's collage. I don't know how you think at all. I have some other posts. How you don't know how I think? I know that didn't come out right. Yeah, New Year's Eve. Yeah, thanks, Sherry. And I don't know where your picture is, Sherry. Don't dig around. Okay, then Dave's Marie. Then here's Darcy Glam. Darcy Glam, we did a triptych as well. There's our Darcy Glam, and it's a triptych, so it all folds up, but there's, 3 sides to it there. Darcy Glam, because she's glamorous. You want Dede? Yes, thank you, Carrie. Yeah, put my email in there. Then we have Cheska, UK, and I don't see Cheska anymore either. Joe. I see Joe around every now and then with Suzanne Ranza. I see her every now. I guess they're friends and they're going to meet up, I think, in California next summer or something. Next winter. So anyway, Joe, I don't see Joe. I don't think she streams anymore. I don't know. I never see Joe really much, except when she's talking to Suzanne Ranza. Queen Di. These are her colors. Meadowlark Michelle. The other Eileen. This is Scrap Pit Eileen. The other Eileen. Then this was Harmony. Okay, Harmony, I don't see her around anymore either. What we would do, and I think we did 2, maybe 3, and we would use hearts with doors anytime they were a caretaker. So Harmony, and this is a sweet story on Harmony. Harmony was taking care of, I forget which one of her parents was in the hospital at the time. And she would watch our streams from the hospital. It just so happened, while she was at the hospital, we drew names every week. We would draw a name out of the bucket. You never knew who it was going to be that week. That's why you see some have some and some don't, because we would just pick out the bucket. We drew Harmony's name, who she's an artist too. She was in California. I'm not sure where she is anymore. We picked her name out of the hat while she was in the hospital with one of her parents. And while she was in the waiting rooms, she got to watch us do this. So it was really a special one. So what hers did, we did a heart like this. I have 3 pictures for that. So hers has a heart like this. And because she was a painter, we did a little cutouts to slide in a paintbrush to hold it shut. The hinges are on the top. Okay, the hinges are on the top of her collage. The hinges fold up like wings. See, the heart folds up. So there's the heart, and they hinge at the top, and they fold out like wings at the top. And then this is her favorite painting. So we put her favorite painting inside the heart. So this closes up. The wings fold down. The wings fold down. And then this is the front of hers right there. So that's how that worked. It was just awesome. I think we were all in tears while we were doing that one. This is Katie Scrap, another girl that I don't ever see. Eileen L. Okay, so Eileen, E-T-E-E, Eileen the Enabler Elf. Oh, that reminds me, Eileen. I was going through my old pictures on my phone, because I've got 3,000 pictures on the iPad and probably 2,000 on my phone. Now, they're not only on my phone. I gotta say, I do upload them. I put them on my computer, thumb drives, external hard drives, the desktop. I move my pictures everywhere I possibly can so I don't lose my pictures. But I do have like over 2,000 on, I think 3,000 on my iPad and 2,000 on my phone. So, but I came across the picture of when we did the Eileen the Enabler Elf, the actual little elf on the shelf, running with the white pins, leaving a trail of white pins behind her. Anyway, so this is Eileen. Eileen actually babysat. I don't know if she's here. I don't know if she wants me to say all this, but she babysat for Dick Clark's son. And she actually has shown us pictures of herself at American Bandstand. So this is Eileen's. Eileen's has a clock, and the clock opens up, and inside the clock, with the "Don't Step on My Blue Suede Shoes," we put, oh, I forget their names now. Sandy, what's her name? Sandy, and what's her? Somebody will remember their names. Frankie Avalon and Sandy. Anyway, so that's Eileen's collage there. Your idol is Eileen. I know, CB. I don't think she's here right now. I think she stopped in earlier, but I just missed her. Hey, oh, Debbie Boring. Debbie, if you can hear me, I know you're on a device and you may not be able to chat. And I'm going to upload it in a little while, Debbie, but we got the baby book back, and the baby book is on its way to you. I'm going to upload it to YouTube here shortly so you can watch the baby book that you sent. So Debbie Bourne had sent the little baby book that we all altered and went around the world back here, and now I'm sending it to Debbie Boring. So Debbie, if you're watching and can't chat, just let you know I did a video of the baby book, a flip, and I'll put it on YouTube here shortly because I see her in chat, but I don't know if she can chat because I think she's on a device getting her computer fixed. So just wanted to say that. So there's Eileen. Yeah. Yeah, Frankie Avalon and Dick, yes, Dick Clark, yeah, was who she, yeah, knew. Sandy, what's her name? Or maybe I'm just thinking of her name in the show. When she sang. Oh, anyway. Yeah, I did record it, Vicki. I'll upload it here after we're done. Frankie Valley. Yeah, Frankie. What did I say? Frankie Avalon? Frankie Valley? Frankie Avalon. I don't know. It's like slipping my mind. Yeah. Okay, so that's Eileen. And then let's see. Then we had, okay, so this one was oh, what was her name? It's not on here. It's Hannah. Hannah is in UK, and I don't see her anymore either, but she was a caretaker as well. So anytime we had a caretaker, we would put their collage in a heart. So Hannah, again, in a heart with lace, actual lace, and we used a calligraphy pen, like the same kind of thing we did for Harmony, but we put a calligraphy pen to keep it shut, and it opened up just normally like that, and then inside there's Hannah's collage. So there's how it looked closed, and then it opened up to that. So, and I got her stuff there. And then let's see. Sarah, we never did a collage on We Sarah, Mel C, KP, Slee, Photo Joy. So, and that's all that's in this book. There's another book, a Fluffette 2, but there's no collages in those. So anyway, guys, so that's Fluffette. It's just a composition book, not glued, pages aren't glued together. It's just covered with scrapbook paper to make it prettier than the black and white. So tell Dede I'm watching, and oh, from Debbie. Tell Dede I'm watching and heard her, and thank everyone who participated. Yeah, it's such a cute book. 13 people participated, Debbie, and so I'm going to send it to you, and you can add your own touch to any of the pages you want. But I will upload the video when I get done with all. I mean, like, what's this? My third video today. Okay, so I know there was something else I was going to talk about, guys. Now I've totally forgot. If someone will remind me what else we're going to talk about after Fluffette. Did I write it down? No. Fluffette was the last thing I wrote down. So I don't remember if there was something else that we were going to talk about in organizing, or, you know, just, I'm going to just call this like creative organizing or something like that. Because I showed the organizing book in Fluffette. How to keep, you can make this into an address book. That was my original intention for this, was to make it an address book with their colors and favorite stuff in it, and then it turned into doing the All About You collages. So anyway, All right, what else? Oh, let me show you these real quick. These sit on the shelf. They're sitting down here now because they sit in front of the shelf, the top shelf where I keep Fluffette. Boo made these a couple years ago. These were her Christmas gifts to her teachers a few years ago. We called them bead pulls. Instead of peoples, they're bead pulls. Anyway, they're all made out of beads and little spools, and yeah, so they're just Boo made these. There's a little block, different beads, just one little wire for their little arms like that, and they spin all different ways. So they're like little bead pulls. So anyway, these two were left over from our Christmas crafting session one year. Um, Boo made these. The color book idea book. Okay, the color notebook binder. Okay, I gotta see if I can find it. It's probably deconstructed. I probably needed the notebook, so I took the notebook and just rubber banded it. So let me see, because it'll be right over here. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shelves full of stuff, and it's hard to tell what's what. But I'll see if I can find it. Okay, my fan is moving I gotta block my fan with my chair because it's blowing my camera around a little. Smell some grilled cheese. Okay, gotta walk in some grilled cheese. Yeah, what are we having tonight? I think we're having fried sausage. I'm making some fried sausage, I think. I think that's what I had set out. It's Survivor night. So on Survivor night, Hubster will go get anything I want. But I think I had planned to make fried. Is today Wednesday? Yeah. So he'll either go get me pizza, Shane's Rib Shack, whatever I want on Survivor night. It's all about me on Survivor night. Just saying. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let me just look over here. I'll talk to you guys. Let me turn my fan because it's blocking. It's blowing my camera. Where's here? Let's get my little yeah. I do need coffee. Yeah, since Joycey's not streaming today, I can just like carry on. Hubster, yeah. All right, so I do have a couple. I have 2, maybe 3 different inspiration color notebooks, and I'm not sure if they're all together. Hang on. I'm down here on the shelf and look. There's one. This isn't the mind mapping one. I'm looking for the mind mapping one. This one is a color I have 2. I have one that's color collecting and one that's color mind mapping. I found the color collecting. Let me put color mind mapping. That one's a little trickier. Oh wait, is that it? See, they're all deconstructed. Maybe this is part of it. Is that part of it? Here's another composition book. Where's that one composition? Oh, here. I'll show you one of my composition books or other journals. I'm finding all kinds of things now that I'm looking through the shelf. Okay. So since we're going, I'm not seeing my mind mapping one. All right. But I do have, I'll talk about it anyway while I show this other one. But I do need to go let me get some coffee first, guys. Here's one of my books. Here's one of my journal collage books. Let me go get some coffee. Hang on. Oh, wait. Is that it? No, I got some cool folders. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. So again, some of this is probably stuff you'll have seen. I have another notebook. So you like to see this big notebook here? I have another one of these on color mind mapping. So let me just kind of move this over here and kind of talk about the different things. Put this little book out here. This is a partially finished collage book. Just a book, like just to make a book. No reason, just a book. But anyway, in the collage, move some of this stuff out of the way. I mean, the color books, I have one, I'm getting ready to show you, that it's color combination inspiration. Then we have another one where we would take different themes and colors and we would mind map them out. I don't know where that book is. So some of this might be a combination of the two. It might be, I don't know. We'll just talk about it as we go through it. So maybe you'll get some inspiration. Because, I mean, I've got 7 shelves of journals right there and 2 shelves of journals right over here. Actually, 3. So, you know, we got plenty of inspiration. Anytime y'all want to see some journals, even though I know that probably most of y'all have probably seen them a lot. Okay, so this one has been varnished front and back. Okay, so it's just some collage and paint and varnish. And all it is, I think these are file folders, Carrie. Did we do this with file folders? I don't remember. No, maybe not. I don't remember. Anyway, so they're just bits of collage-y stuff that we just wanted to make a collage book, just to show you how to make a collage book. There's, of course, Ustream. We've been Ustreaming for 5.5, Paula 6 years. And there was a time about, I'd say, was it about 2 years in, Carrie? 2 years into streaming, Ustream said, you can only keep so much now. So you have a month, I think they gave us a month, to download anything you want to save, because you only get so many megabytes anymore. Okay? And then after that, when your megabytes run out, we start deleting your videos. And we, at the time, had 2 and 3 years worth of videos. So I scrambled, I ordered me a external hard drive, backed up all my videos, as many as I could. We were backing up each other's videos before they started deleting our videos. And so anyway, then, of course, in the last 1.5 years, Jean finally convinced me, Dede, upload your videos to YouTube. I went, all right, but that's so much trouble, Jean. No, it's no trouble, Dede. She got the teacher voice out on me. The great scramble to save stuff. Anyway, this one's got kind of like a bubble on it. Like I wasn't careful about it or something. But anyway. All right. Yeah, my Hobby Lobby is literally 3 miles from my house, Sarah. Michael's is 5 miles from my house. So yeah, it's like a little dangerous. Okay. So again, they're just some random collage things. I just had this sitting over there, like she's zippering up the world. There's a whole world like zippering, and there's a world in there. See the little person? These are old. I just wanted to make a little, and this one's like not done. You know, it's the same collage process that I've had all this time, right? This one folds out. This one folds open. And it's just all the same process that you see me doing in my art journals. This one's not done. This one has, this one's not done. This one opens up like this. So I got tons of these kind of little, just, quick little journals. This one opens up too. Like that. This one opens up. This one's just a double page, and then nothing in that one yet. So just to show you that you can make all kinds of little, books, collage books. It's just, I'm not even sure if this is made out of file folders. How's it bound? That's why I don't know. That's why I said I couldn't remember if it was file folders. I don't remember how I bound this one. I think it's, look, I think it's, okay, I think I did I sew that? I can't believe I sewed something. But it looks like a bunch of file folders. That's what it looks like to me. It's so old, guys. I don't remember. I probably, knowing me, I glued it. Because I'm not much one for sewing. Anyway, there's that. Okay, then, again, see, I've taken out, I must have needed the notebook for something. So this is what happens with my journals. They come out of the notebook, they come out of the spirals, they get a rubber band around them, and they get put on the shelf. Jean, I want to tell you something about that. I can't do it right now. Hold on, Jean. Hold on. Okay. And then this big notebook, this one was, I used to have my own ATCs in here. Well, I've since rearranged the ATCs. And these were, okay, I think this one was the color collecting. So we had color inspiration, color mind mapping, and color collecting. I think this is color collecting. Let me look at this one. Okay, this one, okay, this one was color combination kind of ideas. This one was color collecting. Well, I don't remember what we called them, guys. I got to be honest. I don't remember what we called them. Color collecting, color, I don't know. Anyway, we did a lot of stuff with colors. Okay, Jean. All right, so now I can't even open this under the camera here. So I think this one was color collecting. And we would have different pockets and different things for different colors. Okay, so for instance, I'm going to skip over to this one because this is a good example. I won't have time to show you like everything. It's just too much. Although I did have just this little sleeve stuff in there. Okay, I don't need these bags in there. I think I have these bags in there to put like paint chips and stuff, but okay. So we would do color collecting. All right, for instance, this piece of scrapbook paper had these colors on it. If you like the color combination, then you would collect, and I don't remember all the, it's not that we had rules, but we had like some challenges. Like, let's just say that. We would do challenges. So you could collect different things, like these are paint chips and different things that coordinated. You know, you could have your color collections based on either your paper. It could be your own paper. It didn't have to be a scrapbook paper. It could just be color things you like. But it was collecting. Color collecting, I think, was this one. So you see, like those colors in there, and they're kind of stuck. There we go. So we got paint chips, tags. We'd make tags. Just all kinds of anything that color coordinated, maybe? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got lemon, lilac, and that's in this one, Julie. Yeah, that's in this one, Julie. We're getting to that one in a minute, okay? We've done so many different projects, guys. It's hard to remember which ones we did what in, right? Okay, so see, you can see like this paper, so you got all the different colors. And also we would always use the names of colors. Those were always inspirational. Made tags. These are just made with those little word tags from, what was that? I think one of my books just fell over and I heard it out of the corner of my ear. Instead of seeing it out of the corner of my eye, I heard something out of the corner of my ear. So these are color collecting things. See? I don't know if y'all can see all the, like the pinks and the grays, little envelopes and pockets. Here's a picture of, this is a picture I took at the lake of a dragonfly with the blue water and on a pink chair. And that's sitting on Hubster's old flip phone. But look how big that dragonfly is. But look at the colors. The colors are the exact colors that we were doing. So I took a photograph of it and kept it in there. So again, this may or may not be inspirational to you, but if you want to keep, you know, color, this is one of the photographs out of my garden, scrapbook paper, even a paper clip. Oh, there's more stuck down in there too. Okay. So this is just like using some paper as a background, making pockets and collecting your colors. This one, I love this picture. This is Boo. This is a few years ago. She's probably, how old was she when this was? 5 years ago. She got to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, no, 6, 5 or 6. Anyway, I love this. She had a flat tire. She was determined to pump that baby up all by herself. I came out in the garage and there she was trying to pump up her tire. I love that picture of it. Anyway, I just stuck it in there for whatever reason. So again, all kinds of color combinations, red, white, and blue. And so just, and like I said, there's all kinds of things stuck down in these pockets. Here's some orange and purples. Thanks everybody for being here, by the way. Oh, what was I not doing something with my journals? Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, at least 13 shelves of my journals, at least. This is probably more if you count loose papers and stuff. Yeah, so then here, oh, and then I did alphabets. Okay, so then I also started doing color combinations and a word and collecting words. So then, instead of just collecting your colors, this is one of my photographs of a grate, like a metal street grate, and I turned it into a blue tone, and it just worked. Yeah, and so then I started collecting words with A, B, C, along with the color combinations. There's a butterfly, so I'd have butterflies, bees, bugs, all kinds of things, you know. This is a photograph I took of a key lock that I found in an old street. Got to remember too, this is also when I would, I still scrapbooked a lot too. So I took all my own photographs. This is from the Botanical Gardens. This is from the no, this is from my garden. This one's from the Botanical Gardens. This one's from my yard. So you can see it's just all kinds of stuff. Some blues, tags, photographs. This one's from my yard. This is another behind an alley picture. I'm just telling you, there's all kinds of stuff in here. So there's all kinds of colors. And it just goes through the whole alphabet, guys, with different color combinations. That's me at the lake there. Then all these greens. These are different seed packs and seed types. So anyway, you can see just different color combinations. This is that same picture with teal colors added to it. Anyway, so that was just color collecting. So that's the color collecting notebook. Okay, so then this one was color combinations. So let me make a note of this because I know I'm gonna. Why are my pencils falling in the trash? Because I'm gonna want to put these under my color notes in my notebook because I'm gonna forget this. It's probably in one of those ones that I rubber banded up. So I had. Oh, I want that pen. Where's my marker? Where's my Sharpie? Where did it go? Where's the Sharpie? Here. So I had color combinations, color combos, color collecting, color, and I don't remember, it wasn't called color mind mapping, but it was something like that. Color mind mapping. So I want to I want to keep those names because I forget them. And they're probably in the old idea collecting notebook. Okay. Oh, thanks, Lynn. I know it's a little, I mean, this is just stuff I've been doing streaming, you know, 2 and 3 times a week for 5 years. You know? I mean, I think I have just in the last year, no, year and a half. In the last year and a half, I've uploaded to YouTube somewhere between 300 and 400 videos. So yeah, we're streaming fools. Okay, so I think this goes this way. All right, so then this color, no, it is this way. So I think the origin of this one, and again, it used to be in a notebook. You can see they're all hole punched and everything. But I needed the notebook for something else, so I just took everything out and rubber banded it up. And I'm sure it's in a hot mess. But what we would do a few things. Let me make notes again. We would collect the items. That was one task. Then the other one was we would combine colors and words to make a third thing. I don't know if I'm going to explain this well. It's not like fresh in my mind. Hey, Miko. Oh, let me say hi to anybody I missed. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Hey, Barb. Drive by Barb. How the boys? Bryn, Denise, Demonte, sorry. I'm phonetically, that's how I learn. Hooked on phonics work for me. That's how I learned to read. That's how I taught my kids and my grandkids as phonics. I don't know what they're doing these days. So anyway, Helena, Jen, Jody, Judy Patootie, Kia. Thanks everybody for being here. If I missed you, I'm just looking. It's Peggy Sue, Purple. I'm thinking it's Purple Angel. Thanks everybody. I just don't like to miss saying hi to you in between. Trina. Thanks everybody. We've got over 60 people still hanging out. Still hanging out. We're not doing anything. We're just doing journal chat. Journal chat? Okay. Hey, Peggy Sue. Jean's probably napping, and Vicky's probably going, hurry up and end this thing, Dede. I need to go eat. I need a break. She's probably thinking. She's been here all day, too. Okay, so, again, there's all kinds of color combination things going on. So what we would do is we would have challenges. And Vicky or Julie or somebody can probably help me out because I don't remember exactly how we did them. But we would take like 3 colors. We would do 3. And we just kind of just sketch them out here because this didn't matter. This was just like a sketch, right? And we would take, I don't know if the drawings are in here. I don't know if the drawings are in here. The drawings might be in a separate book. I think I'm thinking, yeah, it might be a 3rd or 4th book. But we would take 3 different colors and we would name the colors or use colors we already had names for. And we would write everything we could think of that were those colors. For instance, under the word lime, we had lime, lettuce, asparagus, caterpillar, and we would all call these out. We're all sharing these, right? We're all talking to each other in chat. Carrie, oh, thanks, Peggy. Carrie can put my email in there if she's still, yeah, there she is. That's why she gets paid the big bucks. Okay. Lime, lettuce, asparagus, caterpillar, praying mantis, spring weeds, tree frogs, and apples. And that was just like in like literally 1 minute. That's just some things we came up with that were the color of lime, right? Lemon, sunshine, squash, lemon drops, peeps, you know, the candy peeps, and corn, all right? Lilac, we had soap and lavender and probably flowers or something. Okay, so then what we would do, and again, this is all like not in order anymore because this is where we would collect the colors, but this isn't where we drew things. So this is like part 1 of the project. Part 2, where we would combine these things into a drawing or a picture, is in another book. But here's where we would collect the colors. So we would collect everything that we had, including like our markers. Now we wouldn't actually put our markers in here, of course, but if we had like all these colors of markers, the purpose of this partially was not just to generate new ideas and combine them into new ways, but to use our supplies that we would have in these colors. Like you might have paint, you have markers, needle colors, color pencils, watercolor pencils. You might have all these different tools in those colors. Here's the color pencils. Here's the portfolio oil pastels. So the idea was to use every tool at your disposal in that color combinations. Even put a ribbon in there, right? Even had some threads. So that not only would you know what you had, but it would inspire you to use your supplies and use them in different ways or more ways. Okay, what's that? You forgot to, I'm sorry. No, I did mod you when I first came in this morning, Carrie. You must have left for a minute and came back, and then I didn't mod you. I modded you, both of you, when you first came in. But that's funny, Carrie. Yeah, Carrie said I forgot to mod her. Okay, so we would do all kinds of color combination things. We'd have paint chips, our own supplies, magazine cutouts, things that were those colors, and I think we spent like a week collecting those things. Like we would do it all that week. Like that week, these were the colors of the week, so to speak. The colors of the week, so to speak. It didn't stick. Oh, I'm so sorry, Carrie. And but then the other project that we would do would be to take these and combine them in different ways. So I'm not like, it's not on my mind right now. I'm going to get a piece of scratch paper. And I've done this in other books too. I don't know where those books are at the moment because this is just impromptu. I didn't plan all this out today. You have a color glue book? Yeah. It's all the same thing. It doesn't have to be a notebook. It can be a composition book. It can be anything, right? It's just that I deconstructed this one because I needed the book for something else probably. But then what we would do in a separate project, I don't know if it was in conjunction with this or how we did it. Because I have so many of these books, guys. I need to organize these. Upster would be cracking up right now. But like, let's say you have, all right, let's just take a praying mantis. Now, I can't think of what a praying mantis looks like right now, but, Maybe he's got an antenna. I don't know. Yeah, it looks more like a cricket, but let's just say it's a praying mantis, right? I don't even know if they have wings. Anyway, but you take a praying mantis with lime. You take your colors and you recombine things. And lemons and lavender, okay? Or you could take a praying mantis. You can make him purple. So, see, it's just recombining things to use your imagination in ways you wouldn't think of. Let me see if I can find a purple pencil right at hand. Of course not. Of course, I cannot find a purple pencil. All right, so let's say you have a praying mantis and you make him purple. Okay, so purple praying mantis. And you would take more time. I'm just showing you, you just sketch out your ideas. It's like just little ideas, right? Or, take a purple praying mantis and maybe he's holding some lemons. So you start your stories like this, right? So you start just imagining different things. You got a purple praying mantis holding lemons. But what you're doing is you're combining different colors and different ideas. Just stop it. But this is how you come up and generate new creative ideas. If you would do this kind of stuff, this is what I tell you. If you had done this project, the mind mapping, the color collecting, and the a person, place, and thing ideas, and take one of each, or put like list here, like five under everything. 5 different kinds of people. That can be characters. It can be eras, it can be costumes, anything that can fit under a person. And the person can also be an animal. It could be bugs. See how you mind map all this out? So a person is anything living, anything alive. This is why I'm a lister. Listers got a list. I love my list. I will make a list of every one of these until I can't think of a single one more, right? But this is how you can come up with ideas. Where's he going with the limits? See, there's the story, Lindsay. There's the story. So a person can be anything alive. A place, again, can be a country. It can be a an era, again, any kind of, era. It doesn't have to be, the place could be Victoria, Victorian times. It could be the Renaissance, anyway. But it could also be, a city, the country. It can be anything that has to do with a place, okay? And things is anything. So even if you took and you wrote down, say 10, make it 10. 10 persons. Again, it can be characters, it could be a cartoon character, it could be anything. 10 places, whatever you consider a place, okay? And 10 things, and write them down. List 10 things, and then just randomly pick one from each, okay? Pick a person, a place, and a thing, and start. Then you can use your colors and your listing, and you can just doodle and come up with, combinations like that. And I'll tell you, 90% of them you're going to think, well, that doesn't even make sense. But when you sketch them down, when you write them out, when you doodle them out, trust me, ideas will come. The trick is the whole shebang. The trick to all of this is you have to that's the whole thing right there. Right there. That's the whole secret. That's the secret right there. Because you may never use 1,000 of your ideas, but if you don't write them down, 1, you're going to forget them. 2, you'll forget the combinations and the creativity. You'll forget it. And 4, you'll forget it. Seriously, you have to write it down. Okay, so anyway, so this is a bunch of the lime and the lemon. Let's see what else do we have here. Then we had peach, navy, and cream. That was the color combination that week. And again, under navy, the color navy, police uniforms, British sailors, sapphires, cobalt glass, blueberries, a stormy sky, stewardesses' uniforms, Linda's cell phone. Linda, was that you, art unit? It had to be. So, and we're all calling each other's, out in chat. Okay. And your inspiration, yes, and your inspiration is in your butt. That's so true, Carrie. You have to sit down in your chair and do this stuff. Yeah, see, that's why you have to, when I'm watching streams, even when I'm doing another project, let's say I'm working on a portrait, but I'm watching a stream. I'm listening to the stream and glancing up, right? But I keep paper and pen or journal or sketch, something, Post-it notes, keep something handy just to write down those things that come to you. You don't have to do anything with them right then. But if you don't write them down, you're going to forget them. Trust me. Peggy Sue says she's a writer, and in her training we had to write a word and balloon map it. Yeah, that's what we did. We did that too. We balloon mapped out the places and everything, and we kind of did the same thing with color. I have another notebook with this type of thing with mind mapping with the colors, but it's kind of the same thing. You can put these in some balloons. I'm a lister too. I'll mind map with a list, and I mind map with bubbles. I mind map with both because I love lists. Okay, so then we take those through. If you took just those things, so for instance, if you're paying attention right now, one of those items might have stuck out to you. Write it down, because in parchment color or cream color. We have parchment, old paper, buttercream icing, old lace, coffee with cream, dog fur, a bagel, pasta, French vanilla, unfinished blonde wood, manila folders, masking tape, sponge cake, lampshades, baskets. Okay, so there's like 10 things in with just the color cream, right? Under the color peach, we have peaches, the inside of a cantaloupe, skin colors, peach roses, apricot, Thousand Island dressing, makeup, seashells, little piggies, and Band-Aids. Okay, so when you write all this stuff down, then try to just take one of each and see what kind of creativity or stories you come up with. Yeah, me too. I love me some Post-it notes. That's why the girls always send me Post-it notes. I go through those babies quick. I'm telling you, those Post-it notes go like that. So anyway, if you just took one thing, let's say you took a British sailor's uniform in the blue, and let's say he had a peach dog, or he was eating peach pasta, you know, that color, parchment color. Cream color. And then in the peach color, you know, maybe seashells. So we all had a British sailor with seashells walking his dog. Just go with it. Run with it. Or pick two from each, you know. Maybe the British sailor in his blue uniform was using Linda's blue cell phone. Okay. You know, don't overthink it. Just start making lists. Start mind mapping it out. You'll come up with ideas. I'm telling you. Here's the problem. People, for whatever reason, don't want to take the time to write it down or to do these things. If you want ideas, do these things. I just cannot stand to hear anybody say, I don't have an imagination. That just baffles me. It totally baffles me. You do this and tell me you don't have an imagination. You know, what can you say? What happened to the crab wearing the stiletto shoes? That's in the art scroll. Yeah, the crab with the stiletto shoes. Let's see. I'm not sure if it's in this one. No, it's, oh, I know what it is. It's not in the art scroll. It's in the, it was in the big journal. And I took all those animals out and I put them in another journal. So I'll have to dig those out. Yes, we have a crab wearing stiletto shoes. We have a cigarette smoking alligator named Mimi. Usually I spend most of my day here in the art room, so I have them right handy, but I do have notepads by my bed too, and usually a journal and or a notepad by my bed. But I spend my days in here, right? So I'm in here all day. That's where my Post-it notes are. I do have a little, like a grocery list downstairs and, you know, a couple things, but mostly right here. Everyone has an imagination, but not everybody uses it. That's right. Okay, so Miko says she doesn't have an imagination between 2 and 3 on Sunday afternoon. What's up, Miko? Yeah, but what my point is, guys, you got to write these things down. You got to mind map, doodle, journal, whatever, list, whatever is that works for you. But you got to have a pen in hand. I mean, sleep with a pen in hand. I'm telling you, you're not going to run out of ideas. I'll never run out of ideas. There's too many. I'll never use all these ideas, right? Okay, so this time we had red, mustard, and Caribbean blue. Now, I don't know where my list is for, oh, there it is right there. Okay, so we had, and then over here we had blue, jean, cream, and peach. I think that, oh, that was the one for the page before. So we had red, mustard, and Caribbean blue, or Caribbean, whichever way you say it. So, some of the items that we had for this, we're going to have to go here pretty soon, guys. We'll pick out a couple more things, and then we'll go. All right, again, you could swipe it with a piece of, you know, a little bit of your paint. You could use a crayon. See, people have no excuses. Everybody has crayons. If you don't have a red, a cream, and a blue crayon, and you're an artist, I'm coming after you. Yeah. So if you're if you're a writer, you're always gonna have blank paper, right? And by the way, new people here, feel free if you have a blog, a website, even an Etsy or something like that. We don't mind, you posting it, once a day or whatever. Don't spam us with every single thing in your shop, but you can post your Etsy link, or your YouTube channel, or your, of course, we all want to know if, we're all nosy. We want to know if you're on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Okay, that being said, so here's what we had with bright red, mustard, and Caribbean blue. Red, bright red, tulips, lipstick, a fire engine, tomato, apple, Valentine's, a Coke can, a phone booth, cherries, stoplight, a London bus, red long johns, roses, rubies, and a fire hydrant. And mind you, this was all done in like 30 seconds on chat. Just like this. People were posting. So, if you think you can't think of anything, get with a friend and just go back and forth and think of as many things as you can. Okay? Although I think you can at least think of 5 things in every color on your own. But don't make me get my teacher voice out, right, Jean? Okay. Mustard, dandelions, a lion, the animal, a lion, sand, a giraffe, yellow ochre, the inside of a mango, and a Nat Geo cover. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, and I'm sure Carrie came up with that one. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I hope you guys are just I hope you're writing down some ideas that are coming to you. You don't have to use my ideas or these ideas, but I'm telling you, while you're listening to this, other things are coming to your mind. Other things. Don't tell me things don't come to your mind. And when those things are coming to your mind, whether it's this or your own thing, you write it down. Okay? Don't make me fuss at you. Okay, Caribbean blue. Sea, sky, New Holland tractor, blue jays, turquoise, cornflowers, a blue snow cone, bluebird, a pool, Canson Mixed Media journal cover, beads, Smurfs, blue gummy bears, and William Shatner's eyes. There you go. Are you hungry, Lindsay? Saying grilled cheese. Right there. So there's and if you just pick 1 or 2 from everything with the colors and the combination and list it out, mind map it out, you'll have plenty of stories. And again, we talked about, you don't even, if you're not a writer like Peggy Sue, you could just, if you just want an idea for a painting, I don't know what to paint today. Pick 3 colors you like, write down everything you can think of, recombine them in a different way. Take a little time. Take a little time to do these things. I'm telling you. All right, let's do one more and then we'll go. All right, here we go. What's this one? Do we have a list for this one? Because they're all kind of out of order. Where's my list for this one? Okay, so this one we had tan, teal, and terracotta. Okay, and again, we had all kinds of cutouts and paint chips and paint swatches. More here. Okay, what's the next one that was a good color too. I forget what that one was. All right, we'll do this last one, then we'll go, guys, because we've been at this for quite a while. It's almost 1 o'clock. Tan, teal, and terracotta. We just have a few things here, 3 or 4 for each. For tan, we had tan skin, a potato, basket, hay, teal, sea, butterfly wings, and a betta fish. Okay. Terracotta, brick, stone, acorn, wood, a fox, a squirrel, and clay. And these are just the things that you're automatically thinking of. If you really thought deeper, or even if you kept, I don't want to make anybody do any work or anything, but if you kept a color little mini journal or even just a composition book, keep one of these. And even if you just did your basic color swatch, like red, like magenta, purple, light purple, dark purple, you know, however you want to name them, plum or whatever, you know, cherry red, maroon red, you know, baby pink, fuchsia, peach, yellow, yellow ochre, lime green, grass green, dark green, olive green, and just did, you know, do 25 colors or whatever, right? And just put a swatch at the top. Maybe we'll have to do that. Maybe I'll do that for the next stream. I'll make a little composition book just to show you it can be done. And you just swatch, just put a swatch of paint, midnight blue, Payne's gray, light blue, baby blue. And then every time you see something, spend a day or a weekend, whatever time you have, carry that around with you. Carry it around with you with a pen, okay? Carry that around with you and write down everything you see that under that color. Or think of. Doesn't even have to be, I mean, I don't expect you to see a lion in your house, right? But you might see a lion on TV and you want to put it under yellow ochre. If you do that, and I think I'll do that just to show you it can be done. Okay? I mean, this is kind of the same thing, but in a bigger format. So let me make myself a note. Color swatch list in mini comp book. I'll challenge you. I won't give you homework. I'll challenge you to do that. Thanks, Iffy. Thanks for being here. We're about to wrap it up anyway. So, you know, again, you can see all the different color combinations that we've had doing that. Okay, so there's that. Again, I deconstructed it because I needed the journal. We'll keep this in there too for the next time. Of course, you know, when we see that walking purple praying mantis carrying a lemon, we're going to go, what the? Anyway, guys, so I hope you all got some ideas today. I don't even remember what all we covered. I'll just, you know, kind of do a, you know, color art inspiration idea notebook thing again. I don't know. I run out of ideas to name them because we do cover a lot of the same things. And I like to mix it up. I don't like to call every stream an art journal, you know, or mixed media. I try to make it something that's we've done in the show so that it's distinguishable from other shows. Oh, you're welcome, Sarah. Thanks, everybody. Well, what were we thinking? Exactly, Kimmy. What were we thinking? So I hope y'all wrote down some ideas, got some inspiration. And again, I'm going to upload these 3 videos that we've done today, especially the Round Robin Baby Book. That's what it's going to be called, the Round Robin Mini Book. So yeah, and then we're going to send that off to Debbie Boyne. So thanks, Debbie, for being here too, since you can't chat. Okay, guys, group hug. Yeah, thanks everybody so much for being here. And we'll see you again around the net. Bye.